Welcome to another Zane's View, and this is about Farrington, Missouri. Look, I've tried to make this video several times so you can get my point. And this is my point, and I think I got it this time. Black people right now in Missouri and all around the country don't really care about hearing the truth. I'm going to say this honestly as a mixed black American. I have multiple races in me, but I am still black. I grew up with my mom's side, and my mother was from the 1920s. Yes, my mother was born in the 1920s. I may not look very old, but I'm over 40. And one thing she taught me is that as long as you have one drop of black blood, you're black. Always remember that King gave his life for you, and never, ever turn your back on your black brothers and sisters. So, that's what I've been taught. I've grown up with my mom's side of the family, well more than my father, Puerto Rican side, allergies, Puerto Rican side of the family. So I can tell you from a guy who has lived in a black family, and a dysfunctional one at that, can give you a good, fair view of this situation. And I'm going to say this. Wait until the trial instead of jumping in conclusions. Because that's all that everyone's done. They stated when this all happened, the kid had his hands up, he got shot in the back and then shot in the front 9 more times. We now know through a second autopsy, you're going to ask for a third one. The family's asking for a third independent autopsy because they already asked for a second autopsy from an independent coroner. And the independent coroner had stated that the child, I don't even know why I'm calling him child, the adult, because he was 18 years old. If he has the right to go into the military and kill somebody, he's an adult. The adult, 18 years old, had multiple shots in the right arm. 4 shots, roughly 2 in the bicep, 2 in the forearm, 2 in the bicep, 2 in the forearm, 1 near the collarbone, and then 1 at the head. And I can tell you honestly, because I almost became a police officer, and my half-brother on my mother's side was a sergeant in the New York Police Department. One thing he did tell me, I didn't make it, but one thing he was explaining to me and telling me is that with a police officer, and this varies very little across all states, is that they are trained to shoot the extremities first, then go for the body shot, and if there's no option, go for the head shot. That's the way they're supposed to do it. He got shot 4 times in the arm, the right arm, once in the chest, near the collarbone, like I said, and then once on the right side of the head. Now, the thing that I'm trying to state to you is to sit back and wait until the trial. The question here is this: was that obsessive force? And this is what black people don't want to hear. They don't want to hear about the truth if this was obsessive or not. And people are saying, like Tim Black, I believe in Tim Talk, he's stating that they generally, for him, that people should care about that. But the way he was talking, he was still being pretty racist to a point, for me personally. But I'm being honest here. When you see this, ladies and gentlemen, anyone who's black, I would like you to step back for a minute, and I ask you to think about this. Why are you angry? Is it because an 18-year-old man got shot and possibly was done by obsessive force? Or are you angry because this is another black kid, supposedly in your perspective, getting shot in the back or getting treated bad like we always do? And this is why I think you really need to step back and really think about this. Black people are Americans. And I'm stating this right now. They are American citizens, but black people don't want to consider themselves Americans. They want to consider themselves something different. They want to consider themselves above regular Americans. Or they want to consider themselves not even close to being American because they still feel like they're being treated like shit by the government, by white people, and any other race that's ever put them down. And I'm talking about American blacks here. Not every one of them think that, but a good chunk of the population does. And as someone who grew up identifying himself as black, because I grew up with a black mom, a black uncle, a black aunt, a black cousins, black half-brothers, this is what I know. This is what I was taught. That either we are better than everyone else. Because we've been put down so long, we show it that we are the best. And in many cases, black people have shown how great they are. But others think they don't have anything. They still haven't gotten their 3 acres and a mule yet. They still deserve to get their reconciliation. They still deserve to get what they want. And because they don't get what they want, they have the right to act and do whatever the hell they want. And when you look at Furlington, you see people looting, rioting, destroying their own neighborhoods. They believe they have the right to do that, and then they believe they have the right for those people to demand those people to come back, spend hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars repairing all that so they can have whatever they want in their stores. Because that's their right. No, it's not. Black people need to understand they need to change their attitude. They don't want to change. They believe they have the right to do whatever the hell they want because either they're still oppressed or they believe they're better than everybody. And this is where a problem comes in the community no matter what part of the country you're in and what state you're in. I would like you to take a step back from this, ladies and gentlemen, and look this from the perspective of a person who is a grown adult at 300 pounds, at 6'4", next to stealing something in a store, did not stay quiet with the cop. It's obvious that he had a struggle with the cop. There was no shot in the back from the cop. It was all shot in the front. And most of the shots are in the arm, an extremity that the police are taught and trained to shoot first. Now, I'm not saying the guy has done excessive force. He probably did. And if he is found guilty, he will go to prison for it. But I'm being honest here. Until we get to trial and know the full extent of the third autopsy, where they think there's still more bullets inside the man, and he's a man. Don't get it twisted. Like I said, if he can go into the military, he can go smoke cigarettes in some places, he's a man. He went over there to get some cigars. That means he was a fucking man. Deal with it. And I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just being honest here. I'm saying to step back, wait until the trial happens, wait until more evidence comes out, and then make a decision, not by race. Because you know what? Let's be honest here. I hate Jesse Jackson. I hate Al Sharpton. Tawana Brawley for Al Sharpton, he disgraced a man who did absolutely nothing, never apologized for it publicly. The guy has been ostracized by the entire community, black, white, Spanish, and he did nothing to the girl. It was proven the girl lied. And this man is still being treated bad for something he didn't do. Trayvon Martin, he didn't tell those people directly not to send out a bounty of $1 million to kill the man. He went along with them until they found out he wasn't white, until Al Sharpton said, oh shit, the guy's not white, he's Peruvian, we better shut our damn mouths up, which he did. Until the trial came and said, you know what, this man still needs to go to jail because he killed a black kid. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I say this out of respect to you. I would like you to see the way King saw everything. You are to be treated like a regular American. He said, see you, be seen as a person, not by your skin color. That means what he's stating. And I'm talking about the Reverend. I'm trying to stay calm because it angers me that people don't want to hear what King said, because he died for nothing if no one has learned a damn thing that he taught. He said simply, King said this, act like an American. Be seen as a regular American. That's your right. Be seen as a regular American. I know everyone's going to say, well, no one sees us as a regular American because we black. And how I just said that we black, that we niggas. This is why no one will ever progress in the black community. We're niggas. We black. What about we're Americans? What about that we are just people like everyone else? There are certain individuals that have great gifts, certain individuals that have no gifts, certain individuals that are in between. That means we're regular people. And I'm hoping you'll get this point. Black people are not less than anybody, and they're not superior to anybody. They're just like everybody. And I'm hoping you get this point of view. So I hope you enjoyed the Zane's other view. This is a wrestling video channel, I know. But if you want to leave a comment, please do. And please remember this. In Farrington, just see it for what it is. A man gets shot more than twice because of something that happened. wait and see what the truth is before you go by race. And I would like you not to go by race at all. Just wait and see. See ya.